So after a slew of leaks over the past couple days, Sony released their first official look at gameplay for The Last of Us Part 1, including details from the developers on what's new, as well as some insight into the reasoning behind the remake. And I have to say my feelings are a little mixed. The trailer does quite a good job at highlighting the significance of the remake's graphical improvements, including considerable upgrades to the character models, allowing them to more closely match the original motion capture performances, and cutscenes are now rendered in-game, which allows for a more seamless transition between cinematics and gameplay. The physics engine has been beefed up, with more environmental destructibility and particle effects, and the art direction has been revamped completely. The AI has received an upgrade, with enemies having a larger range of tactics, and allies reacting to enemies more realistically when in stealth. Unfortunately, the trailer makes no mention of new gameplay features that many, including myself, had assumed would be worked into the game, like Part 2's revamped melee system and going prone. I don't see any reason why this trailer would exclude those features, so that would indicate to me that they aren't going to be in the game at all, which I think is a massive missed opportunity and somewhat justifies a lot of the remake's criticisms to a certain extent. The reveal trailer for this remake mentioned modernized gameplay and enhanced exploration and combat, so it's looking like that may have been referring to the improved AI and physics rather than actual gameplay features. There are a few new modes added, including Naughty Dog's signature gameplay modifiers, a permadeath mode, an expanded photo mode, and several new cosmetics. The game also adds a slew of accessibility options, including audio description on cinematics, which is a fantastic addition. Sony has really paved the way for accessibility features in games, and it's great to see Part 1 continue that trend. And lastly, the game of course includes PS5 features like haptic feedback and 3D audio. This remake has proven to be incredibly divisive, particularly regarding its price tag, with many calling it a cash grab, but I don't think that's the case. You can tell from the way the Naughty Dog team are talking about it that they're genuinely passionate and enthusiastic about Part 1. And I understand why as creatives, they would want to go back and make these improvements. But the original game was a technical marvel when it released, and I don't think anybody who played it felt like it was restricted by the hardware it was on by any means, in spite of this statement by Neil Druckmann.
If we do that, we could actually come even closer to our original vision of what the first game would have been had we not been constrained by technology.
Which really doesn't sit well with me, since I think it somewhat undercuts the original game. Considering the lack of multiplayer, it does feature less content than both the original and especially the PS4 remaster, which included both factions and Left Behind. Yet it costs more than both of those releases. So I do feel that from what we've seen so far, that price hasn't exactly been justified. And to be honest, while I completely understand their reasoning, the whole project just sort of feels unnecessary to me. That said, as an almost obsessive fan of the series, I'm going to be playing this day one regardless. Are you happy with the graphical improvements? Or is the lack of new gameplay features a disappointment? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing for more The Last of Us content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.